You say? You say Yom Kippur?
You say things like enjoy your time, like your day.
Can't you say that every day?
I guess.
Hi.
Hi.
It's Monday. It's September
20-something. 28th. I couldn't see it.
She didn't see it on her phone, so she went to my phone.
This is better. Your
It's
phone's better.
Monday, September 28th. Hi, everybody. So don't say Happy Yom Kippur. You just say it's
Enjoy
Yom
your
Kippur, everybody.
fast.
Enjoy your fast. Hi, everybody. It's the Knockem Comedy Radio Show coming at you live from govsradio.com here at the legendary Governor's Comedy Club in Levittown. The best place in the whole world. The club, not the town. Well, the town's all right.
The town's okay.
govsradio.com is the website. Gov's Comedy Club Radio, Facebook page, Gov's Comedy Club Radio, YouTube channel. And, of course, if you have a TV, well, most of you have, all of you have a TV. But if you have a smart TV with a Roku or a Fire Stick or an Apple TV, and you don't want to watch it on your computer or your phone, you want to watch it on your TV, you can download an app called Boxcast, and you can catch all the fantastic Gov's radio shows right there through the app called Boxcast. So then you can sit back, like Dr. Ken Pichelle does and Dr. Don Sill does, and you can say, they're on TV! I know I changed it. I said they instead of we. Oh well. Hope everybody's well. Hope everybody had a great weekend. Sallie's going to start sharing. Please hit the likes, hit the hearts, hit everything. And please share our shows to every page you can find. Tell all your friends, tell all your neighbors, tell all your strangers about the Knockem Comedy Radio Show and about govsradio.com, all the great shows we have here. We have The Work, we have Steve Squared, No Rhyme, No Reason, Domestic Disturbance, Chef Felix, Put Up, Shut Up, and Stand Up. We have Soul Space with Georgia. We have Limo Talk with Graz. God, I hope I didn't forget anybody. What?
Why are you part of America's Got Karaoke?
What are you talking about? I have no idea.
Really? Where you're like, oh, I'm going out to visit a sick friend, and you're really like, love, exciting and new, singing your Love Boat karaoke.
Love Boat Karaoke.
How do you become part of a group?
She is so high, it's ridiculous. Now, the God's honest truth, I invite people all the time to one of our murder mysteries, or I try to get them to watch one of our podcasts. I'm always asking people to watch or support something. So anytime one of my Facebook friends asks me to like something, I always do.
Oh, really? I'm always really picky.
I don't even look at sometimes I don't even look to see what the page is. I just hit like. But
that's nice of you.
Well, thanks. Thank you. All right, as Sallie is sharing, again, please like and share all our shows here at govsradio.com. And while Sallie's sharing it to some pages right now, I'll get the ads out of the way. The Knockem Comedy Radio Show is brought to you by Two Eagles Auto Body. For 25 years, Two Eagles Auto Body has been the leader in auto body repairs and customer satisfaction on Long Island. Two Eagles Auto Body handles every type of auto repair, from custom applications and restorations to repairs involving insurance claims. Two Eagles Auto Body handles foreign and domestic automobiles and motorcycles using techniques such as state-of-the-art paint spray booths and computer color matching. In the event of an accident, Two Eagles Auto Body has their own tow trucks and will walk you through the process from start to finish. From tow through insurance process to return of your vehicle, we are with you. So please call Two Eagles Auto Body, 516-328-2527, located in New Hyde Park, Long Island. Again, we are Two Eagles Auto Body. Please ask for John Rossi at 516-328-2527. Hey, Gina Conjemi Coffin, licensed real estate broker at Premier Signature Properties. 631-495-7696. Gina will sell your house so fast it'll make your
head spin.
Nice. We haven't done that in a long time.
Just to interrupt you again.
Okay.
I think all the groups got all mixed up. Like, it's not alphabetical, but it's not in the order of how you usually have it, so I can't just go.
Well, that's a good thing, because you often share the pages you shouldn't be sharing.
Well, it's even worse now. So now, because you are a member of like 1,000 million groups. So
right. You just
got
to keep scrolling.
I know, but this could take like a half an hour. Like you're and
I have faith in you. You can do this.
you're a part of the Cats and Dogs Video Galore public group. There's so many weird groups.
I don't even know what that is.
I know. You're like you sitting around, puppy kitty, puppy kitty. I know. We have like our dog shirt on for no reason today.
Bella Vista Pizza.
Bella Vista Pizza. I'm really focusing because I don't want to share it.
Okay, all right, I'll stop talking to you. Bella Vista Pizza, 154 Minetto Hill Road, 516, oh, that's in Plainview. 516-433-4464. Plainview is right pretty much smack in the middle of Long Island. They're like 5 minutes south of the Long Island Expressway.
Oh, so it's easy to get to.
You just do your job over there.
Missy.
Yeah, so they're easy to get to and it's convenient and they have the best pizza. It's worth it. So head over to Bella Vista Pizza. They have the best pizza, the best service, a fantastic menu. It's just a great place all around. Bella Vista Pizza. Tell George and the guys there that Knockem Dead Comedy sent you and you get a free garlic knot. Just one. So tell them twice. You get 2 knots. 516-433-4464. Bella Vista Pizza. And of course, Roslyn Social, located in the heart of Roslyn Village at 1363 Old Northern Boulevard. They're open for takeout, curbside pickup, delivery, and they're on your favorite food service apps. Their famous cocktail and desserts are available to go as well. So give them a call at 516-801-4963 and say hi to Nick. 516-801-4963 and say hi to Nick. Thank you from Roslyn Social, North Shore's premier rooftop lounge. Please check out our to-go curbside menu. They're also actually... they posted that they're looking for help, busboys and waiters and waitresses and all that stuff. So you're looking for a job? Head over to Roslyn Social. They're good guys over there, so they'll take good care of you. And of course, Governor's Comedy Club Radio would like to thank all of you for choosing Gov's Radio to watch during quarantine. Now is a great time to show your favorite show, your favorite station some love. That's right. Go to teespring.com. Scroll down the search. Scroll down until you see the search bar, because it's not right there. You got to scroll down a little bit. When you find it, type in Gov's Radio. This will bring you to our store, where you can purchase T-shirts, mugs, face masks, and more for every show on our station. That's right. You can get the Gov's Radio logo on it, which is this right here, Gov's Radio. You can get that logo on it, or you can get your favorite show's logo on it, or you can get both. Yeah, so please go to teespring.com and order some Gov's Radio swag. The money that we get from Gov's Radio, that we get from Teespring, goes into this room right here, the room that we're in, our studio that Mike O'Toole is brilliantly working on. We're hoping just a few more, maybe another week. He's working.
You can't see it, but I have my board all back.
Yep, we have stuff going on here. Not everything is completely hooked up, but we're definitely making progress here. And then when he's done, then we got to decorate. We got to install the cameras. Yeah. So that's where the money from Teespring is going, as well as bringing you some great content, quality content. So we appreciate all the support. So again, go to teespring.com and get yourself some Gov's Radio swag. If you take a picture of yourself with the Gov's Radio swag that you were nice enough to purchase, and you email it to us on Facebook, you could win yourself some passes, free passes, to any of the 3 Governor's Comedy Clubs. 3 clubs, 5 stages, all of them great comedy shows. So send us a picture of yourself with the Gov's Radio swag, and you can get into Gov's Comedy Club when they reopen. So go to govs.com, and that way you can keep tabs on the club, find out what's cooking. Hopefully they're going to open up soon, so you get their schedule. Maybe you can even find out how to support the station in the meantime. Maybe write a letter to your elected official. But of course, join their mailing list and you'll get exclusive information such as free admission to certain shows. Govs.com, baby, govsradio.com, and of course, knockemdeadcomedy.com. You find out when we're back in action as well, performing our live murder mystery shows and our game shows. We are available now for virtual entertainment. Eric's been doing a lot of virtual game shows. So Knockem Dead Comedy as well. All right, and there you go. There's all of our ads. I got them done in 5 minutes. All right. Hope everybody's doing well.
It's 11:10. What do you mean 5 minutes?
Well, we were talking first. I looked. It was just about the 4-minute mark when I started the ads. And I finished
So
just before the
6
9-minute mark. No, I finished just before the 9-minute mark. So I did
Man, this is crazy.
What is? You really having a hard time finding them?
Yeah, because you are members of everything, and like all the 10 places I usually share are amongst a million groups.
Well,
So yeah. What?
no, just looking.
Okay. See what I mean?
Want me to do it?
No. Oh, it just ended. All right. I just feel like I didn't do enough. All right. Now I'm just gonna share it to like regular stuff. All right. Good.
All right, so once again, please like and share our shows. All the great shows here at Gubs Radio. Yes, I mentioned a bunch of our shows, and I will tell you that there are lots of great shows coming. Rich Walker, comedian Rich Walker, fantastic comedian. He actually has some shows on some skits on YouTube. Him and Chris Monty, the Monty Walker Show, they're calling it now. They have some great skits on there. Go check it out. Rich Walker will be doing a show here as soon as the studio is done. Marla Schultz has a show coming. And we have some other cool announcements coming your way of other shows. Anthony Rodia is coming back. Joe DeJesu will be back soon. So lots of great stuff happening.
Maybe this is the problem that we're having. You know how like you're like, oh, I finished the ads in 5 minutes, but like you think all of this isn't ads, and I like it's great, like talking about like the hosts that are going to be on, but like when are we going to start the show? Like you're like, and on Tuesdays and next week, that's not the show. So when you say like I'm done in 5 minutes, you're not.
Coming from the one who doesn't want to discuss show stuff on the air.
What do you mean? What do you mean? I don't even know what that means.
You don't want to discuss behind the scenes stuff on the air.
What? Like what? Give me an example.
Like that.
No, you can. I'm just saying, like, that's, like, if we have an hour show and you're still, like, 15, 20 minutes into, and then on Thursdays we have...
I'm stalling because you're still sharing.
Why are you stalling? Just do your thing.
And then when I don't stall and you're still working there, you get distracted and you have a harder time.
I don't even know what you're talking about. You're just talking out your ass right now. Just,
But it is part of the show. You got to mention we got to mention all the stuff going on.
Well, in a certain amount of time. It can't be just this show of ads. It just can't. Like, I wouldn't want to listen to it. I wouldn't want to sit around and listen to, like, this show of ads. That's what I'm saying. It's got to be, like, just a short amount of time. And then, you know, move on to what's new for, like, what did you do this weekend, you know? Now you're just mad and you're not going to do it.
I like the idea of sitting here in silence.
Why are you, though?
Why am I what?
I'm mostly shared. I'm just finishing up, like, little things. Just start. Just... Okay, I'm done. Not really. I just wanted to start the show.
I'm trying.
You got like a hard hands there. Just start.
I can't yell that.
Talking. Just start. Put one foot in front. Oh, you only have one leg. That was mean-spirited.
What the hell is going on here? Are there like chemicals involved with kettle corn or something that went to your brain?
I'm not the one who's not starting the show.
I'm doing plenty here. You're the one that's lecturing and then talking about one legs and carrying on and carrying on.
Oh, here it is. Yeah.
Oh, there it is.
I was missing one and I couldn't get to it.
Oh, you're missing plenty.
Now you're just going to be mean to me the whole entire show because I had to say what needed to be said.
What was that?
Captain Snugglebottoms left the house. Alright, anyway, hi. It's Monday and we're on a 3-day weekend, and one of the things that I was going to talk about is Yom Kippur because I didn't even know what it was.
See, you're not done. See, you're not there.
I did that.
You did what?
I shared it.
Oh, yeah, I know that. But then you're supposed to go to the show so we can see the comments. You didn't do that. See that? See that? You're distracted.
It's going to be a whole show of him picking on me because I said what needed to be said. So just
it didn't need to be said.
Watch.
I got
it's just instead of saying, "Hey, that's a great idea, Sally. Let's do that," and I'll start. It's going to be a whole.
It's not a great idea. We
minutes.
have to do. We have to talk about these things.
Sure.
The things that need to be talked
Then
about.
say that. Don't be all passive aggressive for the next 45 minutes.
Passive aggressive.
Yom Kippur, which I spelled Tom Kipper in my notes.
Good old Tommy.
So I was trying to figure out like what it was, and it said, I know you fast, and that's all I knew. And apparently it came down, remember that movie with Charleston Heston? Moses? 10 Commandments?
Oh, yeah, it rings a bell.
Yeah. Yeah. So remember when he came down from the mountain with the, the 10 Commandments, and he was like all mad because everyone's worshiping gold and, having orgies and, whatever they were doing. He was like all angry. So it's like, I think it started then. It was like based on then. And so you have to not do any of those things. So there's a lot you can't do. You can't eat. And then I was thinking, I actually looked up the fast because sometimes, and I'm not talking about the Jewish population, but like every once in a while you'll hear like, oh, I'm going to fast, just a friend or something. And you're like, oh, wow, that's like serious. You're going to fast? Like, so what are you doing? Like, can you have anything but water? And they're like, oh, no, I'm going to have juice and fruit and soup. I'm like, that's not fasting. That's that's just not eating like a pig. So like I wondered how serious it was. And it turns out that like if you're gonna fast for Yom Kippur, you don't eat anything, and if you're really serious, you don't even have water. I know.
Isn't that a health risk?
Yeah, so they say it's really just if you're really kind of serious. But if you are in those sects that need to be serious, where you're not even having water, they say that there's a lot of restrictions, like children under 12 are not allowed to be a part of this. Women who are pregnant, if you're diabetic or something, or if you have health concerns. But if you're just regular, healthy and stuff, they don't even drink water. I mean, I don't think that's everyone, but that's what they said. And definitely no food. And then there's all this other things, like you can't shower. No showering.
Is it just today?
Yeah.
It didn't start yesterday or something
it's like
that?
for a 24-hour period. No sex.
All right, so no showering is no big deal. Plenty of people go a day without a shower.
No sex.
Yeah, that's a problem.
No eating, no drinking, no sex, no showering. Oh, you can't wear leather shoes. I don't know why. No leather shoes.
So you wear slippers?
Yeah. Oh, I'd be up for that. That'd be good.
Yeah, why just leather? Like what? Because it's an animal?
Maybe. But anyway, and you're not supposed to say Happy Yom Kippur because it's a really serious thing. It's supposed to be like...
Well, yeah,
like,
what does it mean? What is it? Where does it come from?
Like God is looking down at you and assessing your life. And so you want to be really good that day.
Yeah, but isn't God assessing your life every day?
Apparently that's the day he really gets around to it.
Wow.
Yeah. So, yeah. So, but is there like one of their like high...
So God has been taking a break
holidays.
and then after 364 days, God's like, oh shit, I got to catch up on all these people and find out what they're doing.
It's like if you're parenting and you have been in your kid's room, every day, all week long. But then one day you actually look like, I can't even see the floor anymore. It's so messy in here. That's the day you're going to like parent. Like, let's get things in order. So this is God's day. Once a year. And you're supposed to say you're sorry to the people that you've been mean to all year. And you're supposed to, anything that you have to atone, like if you did anything that, in the eyes of God would be wrong, you have to make it right. So it's a big day.
Wow.
And you have to do that while you're cranky, because if you're not eating and you're not having any water and, you haven't had sex, you are cranky, I would think. And you have to do all that when you're cranky. It's a big day.
Well, yeah, see, now that's weird. Now, if you might go to a certain someone and say you're sorry for something, and then those two people may be so happy about the apology, they may want to have sex.
You have to wait.
Right, so they have to wait.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't even celebrate until 11:59. Well, I wouldn't shower and I wouldn't eat, but then I'd wait till 11:59 and say, "Come in here. I'm sorry." And then at midnight, boom, you just go at it.
All right. That's a plan.
I try not to judge other people's religions, but man, there's some weird rules in religion.
Maybe it just makes a person kind of like think twice about their life and day, and maybe that's one of the things that I really like about religion. It makes it, you have to take like a thoughtful moment.
But not eating and showering, like that's going to make me think about my life. No, that's going to make me, like you said, it's going to make me cranky.
A little cranky, yeah. I would be cranky.
I mean, is that supposed to be a punishment or something, like, or it's supposed to show that you're sacrificing for God?
Yeah, it's supposed to like that you're not so involved in yourself that day, that you're involved in something bigger than
that
yourself.
I'm going to risk drinking water and causing myself to have health issues if I don't drink water.
Well, if it is going to cause you health issues, then have water. But and I don't think everyone does that. They were just saying that, like, the heavy duty Jewish people.
The heavy
duty Jewish.
That's how they
people.
introduce themselves.
What
religion are you? I'm heavy duty Jewish.
And like, you don't even drink during Yom Kippur.
That's heavy duty.
And they encourage you to like drink water for like a lot of water a handful of days before it.
Oh, so you can bank it.
Yeah, like a camel.
So I would just
Speaking of camels.
Speaking of camels.
Should we show that cute picture of you?
I'm kind of regretting now posting that picture.
Why? I think it's adorable. So we were at White Post Farms, and Tony was getting ready to start his day. And then what'd you do? How'd you walk up and stuff?
I walked up to a camel and leaned up against the fence and took a picture.
Isn't that cute?
That's really the whole story. That's all there is to it.
You weren't afraid it was going to like bite your ear off or anything?
No. I did quickly. I mean, it was that quick. I just leaned against the fence, came right in. I took the picture. Done. I walked away. It was that quick and that simple. I did in a split second kind of picture like the mouth going over my head. Not to like eat me or anything, but just
goo you up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was just sniffing me real quick while he was in there.
Could you hear him?
Oh yeah, I could feel it and hear it. And I was like, that's kind of what's going on in that picture. I was like,
I think that's so funny.
But that's the whole story. There's nothing to it. Had another great weekend at White Post Farms.
Yeah.
Thank you all for coming down. So let's see. I'm giving the list now every Monday. We had 4 lost phones. 2 of them were lost together, which I had never ever seen in my life before, whether it's White Post or anywhere else. Somebody lost 2 phones. So the security came to me and they handed me 2 phones. I said, "Oh, you found 2 phones?" He said, "Yeah." And I'm thinking, various places. So I was like, "So where were they?" I think I held up. Where was this one? And he said, out
by the food.
Yeah, and I said, "All right, what about this one?" He goes, "By the food." I said, and I just looked confused. He goes, "They were together." I said, "You found these phones in the same spot?" He said, "Yeah." I said, "So somebody probably lost 2 phones. One person, 2 phones." He said, "Yes." I couldn't believe it. How do you lose 2 phones?
Well, did you ask the person when they came back?
What I do whenever there's lost phones, I announce that I have a phone. I announce that if you come to me and you can open the phone, then I'll give it to you. As we wait, without opening the phone, you can hit those emergency settings, or you can hit the camera option. I take selfies with people, just random people.
I'll just see him walking around with someone's cell phone, taking pictures of like the giraffe
or anybody, just anybody walking past me. Yeah, so I take a million selfies until the phone finds its owner. So the guy came running up with his wife, and he goes, and his kid, and he goes, these are my phones. I said, you're the one who lost 2 phones? And I said all this on the mic. I was gonna make an example of this guy. And he goes, "Yes, I'm the one who lost the phones." I said, "Okay." I said, "Here's this first one. You open it and it's yours." He opened it right away. The second phone, open it and it's yours.
It's his wife, so he can't.
4 tries, couldn't open it.
Oh, but he thought he knew the code?
Well, in his arms was his son, who could not be more than 3.
Oh, so he was like...
And I'm telling you, this kid could not be more than 3. He looks at his 3-year-old son and says, "Do you know the code?" I said, "Wait a minute. Is this his phone?" And he didn't answer me. And I said, "You really asking your son that you're holding in your arms, if he knows the code?" And he goes, "Yeah, I'm asking." And with that, the wife kind of nudges him. She's like, "I can't believe you lost these phones." I go, "I knew it was him." And I go, "How can you lose 2 phones?" He's like, I don't know. So with that, I notice on the phone that he couldn't open, the home screen was a picture of the kid he was holding. So I just said, "All right, that's the kid that you're holding." He says, "Yes." All right, just take the phone and get out of my face. And as they're walking away, she's, getting, she's on him. "I can't believe you did that. Kind of like, "I can't believe you're taking 5 minutes to read the ads."
Well, it's
type
not that
tone.
you're taking 5 minutes to read the ads.
I know.
It's that you're counting everything as
I was
ad
just
time.
demonstrating, trying to give you an idea of what the tone was like.
And what did he say? "Yeah, I'm sorry, I'll do better," or did he abuse her
do
for an
better.
hour?
Right, because
Yeah.
5 minutes to read ads, I mean, oh my God.
Notice the question wasn't answered.
No, I'll do better. Yeah, all right.
Thank you.
And when was the last
Thank
time you apologized for
sweetie.
sharing a show to a place you didn't mean to share it to, and I get scolded for it?
See how he just goes on to picking on me for the next 45 minutes?
I didn't
He
pick on
doesn't
you.
see this. He doesn't see that this is where it goes.
I don't lecture you on the air about what you feel, but I don't lecture you on the air about what I feel you're doing wrong.
You don't. Oh, you didn't even start yet. You didn't start. You didn't even start the phone. That's not starting the phone.
Right, because then you start talking and you get all
Right, but
distracted.
you never bring up anything that I'm doing. On
I
the
said
air
lecture. I
that
didn't say
I'm
bring
doing
up. I didn't say bring up. I said lecture.
What's the difference?
And most of the
Coming
time,
from me
and
or
most of the time,
you?
I'm joking around. I'm not sitting there really lecturing you, or I'm teasing.
Oh, so you put it under the umbrella of teasing.
Under the umbrella, right? Because I'm not smiling or laughing or making a joke.
We're smiling and laughing all the time.
I'm not smiling and laughing now. All right. Speaking of White Post Farms. All right. So there was also a lost wallet.
No kids though, right?
3 kids.
Oh, really? I didn't hear any kid notice
There were
this.
no kids on Saturday. Yesterday there were 2 kids who got lost together, and actually it was the kids that came to me, and they said, "We can't find our parents." Now these 2, especially the boy, he was very energetic and constantly running, and I saw this kid a few times getting chased by one of the adults he was with, so I knew these 2.
Okay.
So I said, "Okay, you 2 stay with me."
The parents were running from them.
And I announced it, and I did eventually see, and I actually don't think it was the mother, but one of the adults they were with. I saw her in the distance, and I saw her walking towards us, so I sent them on their merry way to her. But yeah, 2 kids together. Then there was a 3rd kid. The security came to me, and they said, "Okay, we have a missing kid." And they described the kid, they told me where the kid was, and they told me the mother's name, because the kid knew the mother's name. So that took like a minute to give me all the information. I grabbed the mic and I go, "Okay, ladies and gentlemen," and then the security went, "Whoa!" I went, he goes, "Never mind, we just found her."
Okay.
Yes. Okay, there you go.
Good.
So 3 kids.
Yeah, I didn't hear anything, so I thought it was a good kid day.
A little girl's jacket, which was not, the owner was not found, so I still have it at my Farmer Willie stand, and a pair of sunglasses, which is still sitting at my Farmer Willie stand. So I'm making a collection. I'll have a garage sale at the end of October. Now the big news around White Post Farms this weekend, the big news was over there at the kettle corn station.
Oh, this is good. Does this pain you to be nice to me about this today? You can wait till tomorrow if you want.
It does kind of hurt. We get there Saturday morning to start our White Post Farm weekend. And as you guys know, if you watch the show regularly, we talk about kettle corn, because that's what Sallie does there, kettle corn. She makes the kettle corn, and they then send the bags all over the place on the farm. Well, that's what they used to do. They used to send it all over the
Now
farm
it's
to sell
just
at
with
various
me.
places, but she made it all. Now, it's just at the kettle corn stand.
Yeah, because it's a limited, the the farm's trying to like limit people walking around with food with their masks off. Like you have to sit down and eat. So.
So we get there this weekend,
Mm-hmm.
and Sally's been the one working the kettle corn from the first year you started, right?
Yeah. First.
So
yeah,
we're on
yeah.
our third year, but this time they had a sign right there. It said Kettle Sally's.
I got a plaque, a big sign above the kettle corn.
It doesn't really make sense. Kettle Sally's. I would think it should say Sally's Kettle or Kettle Corn Sally.
It's the thought that counts.
Well, that's the
Yeah.
thing. It's the fact that her name is up.
Yeah, because there's a lot of workers there, and they could swap me around to, feed giraffes tomorrow,
Right.
So it's cool that they.
And they spelled it with a Y, not an IE.
I don't care.
We don't care.
I don't care.
She doesn't care. So yeah, that was big news. The Sweets and Treats Bake Shop. Felicia has been working that for, what'd you say, 17 years or something? Her name is not up there.
And she's been in the same place
And she made sure to let us know.
4 times.
I don't have my name up there.
4 times on Saturday, once on Sunday.
And then even one of the owners came to me at the farm and said, "Do you see Sally's got a sign?" I said, "I did see that Sally's got a sign." And he said, "That's pretty big." I said, "I know, she's like a celebrity."
People were really much nicer to me on Saturday and Sunday.
You should have seen her, yeah, Saturday morning when she spotted. She was all giddy.
I was like, wow.
Thank you, I got the sign. So this one owner says to me, he goes, so I go, "Yeah, she feels like a celebrity." He goes, "She is a celebrity at White Post." I said, "Whoa."
Isn't that cool?
You see, there it is.
It's nice. Well, I work really hard there, so not that Felicia doesn't. So.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, the sweets and treats are fantastic.
Yeah,
They have the
she's-
best chocolate chip cookies ever. You go to White Post Farms. Sorry to cut you off.
No,
you go to
it's
White
okay.
Post Farms. There are 3, and I say this on the mic all the time. There are 3 things you have to do there. You have to get the roasted corn. They have fantastic roasted corn. You have to get the chocolate chip cookies because they are unbelievable. I just gained 2 pounds just talking about it. And you have, of course, have to get your pumpkins for Halloween. So I said to him, yeah, she feels like a celebrity. He goes, "She is a celebrity here at White Post Farms." Then he looks at me, he goes, "She's now at the same level as you, Farmer Willie," because I have a stand. It says, "Your festival host, Farmer Willie." That's what it says above my little
Mine actually
stage.
says my real name. They just made up your name, so I might be a little bit above.
No, I'm going to disagree with that because they know that your real name is fine. Where they can't give out my real name because they know people will come to my house and the paparazzi will show up.
Yeah.
So
Try
yours,
to get your autograph.
right, and take
Has
pictures.
anyone asked for your autograph?
I think the first year someone may have taken my autograph. I get pictures. People ask me for pictures all the time.
Is it Willie with an IE or a Y?
I.e.
Isn't that funny?
So yeah, so we should switch it.
Yeah, they gave because Willie is. I would have thought it was Y.
No, actually, I think it's more. IE is more common. I think.
Is it?
I think
Okay.
so. That's my guess.
Yeah. But anyway,
But that's
that
the
was
same.
really nice.
But that's the same for you. Y is
Felicia's
more common.
Felicia's right because she is like. I mean, if I have like a kid helping me, I don't mind asking him for help and explaining how things work. But Felicia has like, 5 to 10 people working underneath her that she's responsible for too. I would think. I mean, I wouldn't if I worked in Felicia's department. I wouldn't do anything unless she told me to do it.
Andy Plajanos, the phones were trying to run off to live their lives together. Good job crushing their dreams and their romance. The phones?
The 2 cell phones ran away from
Oh!
Andy's stoned.
Kim Hanstein is watching. Andy Plajanos, Joan Kubiesher, Nikki Singh, Arnie Price is watching. My mother, did I say Nikki? Hi, Nikki. Taz is watching. Let's see. Tom. Somebody saying hi to Tom. Who's that? Tom Galati? I don't see his name anywhere.
What?
Andy Plajanos. I love the manufactured conflict for the hot makeup sex vibe today. It's very Yom Kippur. Jeff Bosey is watching. Hello, Jeff. All right, but now, all right. So I want to get to the nitty gritty of what I posted this show would be about today.
Oh, okay.
We're gonna do a little experiment here.
Oh.
Okay. I don't know how it's going to work out. It could be a flop. I don't know, but we're gonna try this. So here's the deal. At White Post yesterday, I'm hosting. I'm doing my thing. I got the mic. Hi everybody, nice to see you. Hey, boy, hey, blah 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 blah. And I talk to people. I got thousands. Would you say thousands of people every day?
Really work hard there. I have to.
Well, thanks. And there's so many people there, and I'm just constantly giving announcements. I'm joking around with the kids. Lost and found, like we mentioned. And of course, I got to do what I love to do, which is just make fun of people. So I talk about their shirts, or I talk about their hats, or in fact, I didn't even tell you. There's one little girl yesterday. She was standing on a pumpkin, and of course, it's round. So how long are you gonna last? This thing went out. This girl landed flat on her back. Oh my God! I thought we were gonna have to call an ambulance, but she ended up being fine. So I make fun of people if they trip. I'm always finding something. Like if a guy is, and this happens almost every day. You'll see this guy, he's all jacked up, he's all steroid out, and he's got a pumpkin the size of a softball, and he's just walking around carrying it. And I'll say to him, "You all right? That's a heavy pumpkin. You're all right carrying that thing? You all right?"
Do they laugh?
They pay by the pound, man. Go buy a real pumpkin and pay your money.
My favorite thing is to watch them, because they all have to wear masks now. Like, unless you're like in a restaurant, like if you're sitting down, you can eat at the picnic table. If you sit 6 feet apart. But if you're walking, you have to wear your mask. And they forget. And it's the funniest thing because they'll try to sneak something out of their bag and try to eat it, but they'll forget they have the mask on. And they'll be like, and my favorite is when they try to sneak a drink with a straw and they forget the mask on. They're always like,
boink.
And you see both their eyes looking down like that, and they're like, oh. It's the funniest thing.
I actually did that yesterday, remember? I got a chocolate chip cookie from Felicia, and I tore a piece off, and I went, but I didn't make contact. I just stopped myself. I was like, oh, yeah. All right, so anyway, so I'm standing and doing my thing, and this guy comes, he's about to pass me, and I just check him out, and he's got a shirt right here on my tip. Right here on the corner, it says, "Birds aren't real." So I'm on the mic and I go, "What in the world does that shirt mean?" And he goes, "Look it up." I said, I will. Now, you go to White Post Farms, there's so many things to do there. There's entertainment, there's an animal farm, there's food, there's pumpkin picking, there's so much to do. So most people are there for several hours. It was probably at least 4 hours later, all of a sudden I see the guy again. So as he's walking past, I said it to him. I said, "I haven't forgotten. I am going to look this up."
He didn't fall off the earth, back in the field.
Right, because the earth is flat. He looks at me. He goes, "Look it up." He goes, birds have been extinct since 2005. I had nothing. I literally just.
Did you look it up?
Then the back of his shirt is a picture of a bird. And it says underneath, "I am a lie." That's the back of the shirt. I was like, what in the world is going on here?
I've never heard this issue, ever.
I have no idea what this is all about. So I mentioned this to Sallie last night, and we agreed. And again, this could be a bust. Who knows? But we decided that today, right now, we're going to look this up. We're going to look up "Birds Aren't Real" and see what comes up. We'll see if it's a website. See if it's a joke. See if it's a band. Who knows? Maybe a TV show. So Sallie,
Yeah, go.
All right, so here we go.
And it's funny because I was just looking at, I was reading, CNN puts out reports sometimes, and they were talking about how I guess there's someone who tracks the sounds of birds, and they said that since COVID, and especially when everyone was in major lockdown, the volume of birds has quieted to the point of 1954. They said they haven't been so quiet since 1954. They've been screaming when you hear the bird, if they exist. They as they sing, and it's clearer now. Like they go back to the the recordings of 1953 actually, where it was like really clear, like their songs were really clear and soft, and ever since then it's been yeah.
I'm a little skeptical.
Why?
Well, because
Why?
you can't.
What would that be something you wouldn't believe?
You can't compare now to 1953 because
A decibel is a decibel.
yeah, but there's more noise. There's more factories. There's more cars on the road. There's more noise making.
That's my point.
Going
They
on.
isolate the birds because birds don't.
But
live.
why? All right. So what does this mean? And why do we need to know this? Like,
Be-
what's important
Because
about
we're
this?
going back to nicer, sweeter, easier times with not so much congestion and traffic and stuff. Like they do. Like they did the survey up in San Francisco on the bridge, like how birds sound around the bridge.
Well, because we've been in a quarantine this year.
Yes, that's the whole point. I'm not. Yes.
But
that's
so we knew that
why.
already. So we knew that already.
Yes.
So we needed these guys to research that.
Yeah, I think it's interesting. It's like saying, oh, pollution is down. Like, we're like, oh, as we're driving along in March and April and May, we're thinking, oh, I bet you this is at least helping the environment. But then someone comes along and says, it's helped it this much. And so it's just, yes, it's happened, but it's good to know and how much it's helped. Good things and bad times.
All right, so I typed in on Google, birds aren't. And right away, what comes up, birds aren't real birds aren't real shirt, birds aren't real hat, birds aren't real mask, birds aren't real sticker, birds aren't real bucket hat, birds aren't real video, birds aren't real promo code.
Oh, you can get a promo code for it.
So should I go to the video or should I keep on typing to see if there's a website?
Find out what it means.
All right.
Like, why do morons say there are no birds since 2005?
All right, here we go.
Oh, so Tass said birds are robots for the government to watch us. That's why they sit on the phone lines. They're powering up. People actually believe this. So, so they've been replaced, kind of like, what do you call that, that movie? You probably didn't see it. Where the 12 groups had to fight each other. It's a kid movie.
All right, so so I googled birds aren't real.
Yeah.
The National Audubon Society. Are birds actually government-issued drones? So says a new conspiracy. Let's see what this is. This is from November 16th, 2018. Are birds actually government-issued drones? So says a new conspiracy theory making waves and money. Hatched by a 20-year-old college student.
Figures.
Just
do your homework, you moron.
The Birds Aren't Real movement has drawn intrigue and scorn from Instagram, Reddit, and Twitter.
Since I had that little baby bird die in my arms a couple months ago, I'm going to say no.
All right. The CIA assassinated John F. Kennedy after he refused to kill and replace billions of birds with drones. The U.S. government is sequestering a team of Boeing engineers in Area 51 for a secret military mission. Our tax dollars have been funneled into building the Turkey X-500, a robot used to hunt large birds.
Has anyone ever heard of this?
These are just some of the conspiracies from Birds Aren't Real, a movement that started in 2016, a movement that claims the CIA took out 12 billion feathered fugitives because directors within the organization were annoyed that birds had been dropping fecal matter on their car windows. The targets were eradicated between 1959 and 1971 with specially altered B-52 bombers stocked with poison. They were then supplanted with avian-like robots that could be used to surveil Americans.
I had a lot of nests in my backyard this year. I had what? One, two, three, four nests. Well, actually 5.
The campaign has picked up steam through posters, Photoshop propaganda, and swag.
So does the government drop little eggs in nests, or are there birds? Just some of them are CIA agents. I think some of them CIA agents.
For followers, this movement is no more unbelievable than QAnon, a right-wing conspiracy theory turned marketing ploy that holds that someone with high-level government clearance is planting coded tips in the news. Therein lies the genius of birds aren't real. It's a digital breadcrumb trail that leads to a website that leads to a shop full of ready-to-buy merchandise. 20-year-old Peter McIndoe, MCINDOE. McIndoe?
Is he like the founder or something?
Yeah, that's where it all started.
All right. Oh, that's a 20-year-old.
Yeah, 20-year-old. Yep. An English and philosophy major at the University of Memphis in Tennessee.
He's stoned.
He went live with Birds Aren't Real in January 2017 at his city's Women's March.
What about chickens? Are we eating metal when we have chicken for dinner?
There's a video from this march where he's heckling protesters with lines like, "Birds are a myth, they're an illusion, they're a lie, wake up America." So there you go.
All right. And that guy that was wearing the shirt, he was like really like heartfelt about it, like he totally believed that.
Actually, it's funny you asked that, because he did a 30-minute long interview with Audubon, and he did not break character, it says. He defended the movement's legitimacy mainly by talking about what Birds Aren't Real isn't. The thought that this could be used to make a satire of a dark, intense time in American culture, I find those things to be baloney.
No, I mean the guy yesterday.
Oh, what about him? I'm sorry?
Was he just like really serious about it? Like he wore this,
sure seemed like it.
I can't believe people are thinking birds are real. Like he
There's-
was like that. How old was he?
He was probably late 20s, early 30s.
Wow. He needs a girlfriend.
At the time, he was with a girl.
Was she okay? Was she blinking like she needed help?
No, she actually laughed when I asked him what that shirt's about. At the time of this article, they had an Instagram account with more than 50,000 followers, a YouTube page with 45,000 views, a Twitter profile with over 8,500 followers. I'm sorry, but this guy's a genius. Because, again, he is making tons of money selling the swag.
So you want to make something up. What would you make up? Think of something to make up. Wouldn't you feel bad after like a day and a half? Then you'd have to come around to Yom Kippur and atone for your sins.
What can we make up?
Birds don't exist. That's pretty out there. I don't know.
This is unbelievable. Wow. Well, yeah, so there you go. Birds aren't real.
Birds aren't real. Andy said he heard about it last year. Someone else said that they heard about it years ago.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, crazy stuff.
What can we make up? Did any suggestions come in?
Yeah, what can we make up? It can't be anything scary that it changes your life. Like, there's something bad in the water or something. It has to be like who cares really?
There's no such thing as language. The government is programming our ears to hear what we hear.
Oh, that's good. That's good. So then we all have to learn sign language. Are they programming that too?
Yes.
That could be a good movie. We can't use regular language because the government will hear us through Amazon Alexa.
Hair is fake. It's actually just antennas so the government can hear what we're talking about. I like that one.
Yeah, that'd be right.
Just little antennas. And that's why old people like me go bald. Because we're old and useless and they don't need our information
They
anymore.
don't want to hear from you anymore.
Right. They keep hearing women so they can hear about their sex. and their boobies.
Yeah.
And dogs. So dogs are fake too. Dogs and and their hair. It's all
I
antennas.
spend a lot of time feeding fake dogs.
Right.
That's true.
The hair is just antennas so that Russian spies can hear about what we're talking about.
Shepherd's got a lot of antennas.
Well, all dogs do.
Well, because he sheds. Kevin's always like, she's a German shedder.
So we should take some of that shedded hair and test it and find out what data is on that hair.
Yeah, so my kid's, speaking of hair, my kid's barber booked town. He left. The Russian.
And this is why I had to cut the ads.
You don't want to hear about the Russian?
No.
See how he's got to be mean? Now I don't want to tell my story. So you come up with something else or do more ads.
We saw a movie. All right, go ahead. Talk about your Russian who ran off after.
Nope.
See? Oh, all right. You know what? Let's talk about it.
The only way that I can get you to stop doing that is to make know that I'm not going to continue if you mess with my story. Otherwise, it'll just keep happening.
I have no idea what you just said.
I can't tell my story now because you already screwed it up for me.
Yes, you can.
No, I can't.
No, but see, this is coming full circle. This is coming full circle. The barber who was cutting hair and then taking the information from those strands of hair to get information.
He is a Russian.
Right. He's a Russian barber. So he screwed something up. He let these strands of hair get into the U.S. government. And that's why he doesn't work here anymore. Where'd you say he went? Arizona.
Where
he's in the
Russian
witness and
barbers
protection.
go.
He's in the witness protection program with the U.S.
Yeah.
Or that's just Russian code. Arizona.
There's no way he had even heard of Arizona. It's the weirdest thing.
Yeah, he's got cement boots.
We go to him because he's like, I don't let him cut my hair, but the kids, the boys, love him. Like, he gives a good haircut. It's a barber, so he gives a great haircut, but he's so honest that it's just, they just go there and laugh. Like, he's the one that's looked at Kevin and he's cutting his hair and he's like, I'm gonna keep it a little bit longer on top because your head is so big. And it'll look weird with your large head. And so we were always making fun of Kevin and his big head, which it is. But yeah, so that's a bummer because now they have to find someone else. And they said Sam looked on the website and they said we replaced Stan with a very, very, very experienced barber. Her name is Olga. So now they're all freaked out that they're going to
Olga?
Olga, the barber.
Andy Plajanos.
What?
I have always wanted to start a Calvinist cult that deals with the metaphysical argument that we all exist as constructs in someone else's brain, or the world around us is a construct in our own brain.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I wonder. Like the whole Matrix. Are you just inventing the world while you're in a pod giving energy to the government? Yeah. You're whatever is coming around is what you want to come around because that's what you need right now. But you're not really doing anything. You're just in a pod. You didn't see the Matrix? You have that look on your face like you didn't see the Matrix.
I never saw it.
Oh.
Kind of glad I didn't.
It's good.
Andy Fremner says, speaking of, sorry, I read the wrong one. Speaking of barbers, I don't like to go to the barber shop. I always feel like they're talking behind my back. But we're all just a bunch of weirdos, aren't we? So what? They have Olga? So,
Olga.
Yeah, see, now it's another Russian.
Yeah, so...
And she's not going to cut their hair. She's going to see young, white American men in New York. Come here, I cut hair. And she just stabs them.
Oh.
Excuse me, where are my sons? They were here yesterday. They came in for a haircut. Or they went to Arizona.
Maybe.
And then we'll never see them again.
Oh.
You ever see The Russians? Now that's a movie to watch. The Russians are coming with Alan Arkin and Carl Reiner. Forget The Matrix. Watch The Russians are coming. That's a great movie.
Is it a serious movie?
No!
Oh. Okay.
Got no time for serious movies.
No! Is he still alive?
Who?
Alan Arkin.
Yes.
You sure?
Yes. And he's
sure?
a treasure. Yeah, I'm positive.
Okay.
Carl Reiner just died.
Well, it was Alan Arkin. Was he in Little Miss Sunshine?
Yes.
Yeah. See,
He died in that movie. That
I
wasn't
know,
real life.
And that's the problem that I have. Like when old actors die in movies, sometimes I forget they're still alive. I'm happy he's alive. It's hard to remember who's dead and alive. It's hard. I'm not good at it. I never said that I was good at knowing. I'm bad at it. When we have to do that list every year, who's dead and who's alive, I'm like, bad. I'm glad Alan Arkin's alive. Does he still do movies or he's too old?
No, he was just in something recently.
Okay.
I forget what it was.
All right.
And he says that Olga is actually a hot Russian chick name.
Olga. It is.
Yeah, right. We're going to see your son, Sam.
I know. Sam's
He's going for
home.
daily haircuts.
Sam's going to come home with a date.
He'd be dating a spy. The Matrix over, the Russians are coming. Taz, help me out here, Taz. Taz is like 13 years old, but she was born in 1950. I guarantee she knows this movie. Please tell everybody how this movie should be seen over the Matrix, please. Please. Speaking of conspiracy theories, we saw a movie this weekend. What?
I'm waiting for you to continue.
Do you not know what I'm talking about?
I can't remember.
Seriously?
All right, let me think. Did we see it on Friday?
This is the weirdest show.
Saturday?
We saw it Friday.
Not yesterday. Friday.
Friday.
I remember Friday. Who'd we see it with? Oh, yeah. This is a pretty interesting movie. It's a documentary.
It's a documentary called The Social Dilemma. I don't know if any of you guys saw this movie. It was very
On
interesting.
Netflix.
It's on Netflix. It's interesting. We have different views of this movie. Basically this movie talks about how social media is taking over. Is that how you would? I mean, that's a super basic description.
The documentary it's interviewing the former workers for.
Well, not just workers. We're talking like
the engineers,
like the higher ups, the people that were really designing these things.
How they started. I mean, I don't want to say too much because you should see it, but it quickly will explain how these people. I mean, they were working for like Facebook and Google and Instagram and they were designing it, they were creating it, and they were creating, like, one guy that was interviewed, he created the like button on Facebook, and he's like, I invented like all these things for like happy things, for like people to want to be more engaged, and then it quickly turned out that it became like a marketing thing, like I want to know who likes certain things so that I could gear things more towards that person to buy things. And then someone else was like, oh, I just like the engagement on Facebook. How can I keep people more on Facebook? And then it turned out that because of advertisers, you really want people to stay on Facebook. And I'm just picking on Facebook, like you could pick any of those. Longer. So how do I gear towards this one person to keep them on longer? And like they were sitting around as they were working thinking, does anyone else think that this is kind of a problem? And they're like, yeah. And then they, even the people that were the engineers were going home and they weren't able to stay off of it. And they're like, So I don't know. So it's just how the world is going. Is there a way to possibly pull it back a little? What's wrong?
I don't know. I was very skeptical of this movie. Like everything you just said with the advertisers, keeping them on. I mean, that's a 50-year-old, 60-year-old ploy from television too. And they still do it. What's our target audience? What time is this demographic watching a particular show? And you figure out how to tailor to that group of people to sell your goods. Big deal.
So you don't care that I think their concern is that they really do it well.
It went deeper than that.
It's kind of like the food industry, where like people have been eating since they were born for centuries. You know what I mean? And of course, they're going to make food that people. And they didn't discuss this in the documentary. This is just off the top of my head, so but like with the food industry, it's one thing to say, of course they're going to gear food to your taste buds so that you like it and buy more. But then it goes, when it goes too far, like in the food industry, is replacing healthy things with corn oil that isn't good for you, that is a little sweeter, and chemists are involved. And they're like, if you put this amount of salt and this amount of sugar in something, it's the perfect amazing food that most people can't stay away from and eat too much. Like at what point is it too much? Where chemists are involved and they're going into people's brain chemistry so that they can't stay away from something unhealthy. Like I think that was the struggle that the Google people were having, because they were just like bright computer people that they didn't want to be those creepy scientists trying to make people die earlier. They didn't want that for themselves. They didn't want that for their kids. They don't want that for society. They just did it, and they did it really well, and now they feel bad.
Oh, hi, Carol Miner. Carol Miner's
Carol.
Glad we're inside today. Taz, the Russians are coming, narrated by Jack Webb. No. Not that I recall.
Maybe the movie you're talking about is a spoof on that, since it's funny.
The movie I'm talking about is a comedy. So I don't know.
Type in Alan Arkin, and then you'll find it.
All right. See, Andy Fremner commented, but I had to read the comment first because you never know with Andy Fremner.
You can't just read
All right,
Andy's
but
stuff.
this one's safe to read. Funny story. I was on the Hollywood Walk of Fame taking a picture with an Arnold Schwarzenegger lookalike. As a backup, saying thank you. I think he meant to say, as I backed up saying thank you, everyone started to stare at me. Little did I know, I was backing up and trampling over a Michael Jackson memorial service on his star, and completely broke and stomped on all the candles and flowers that were all over the place.
Oh, no.
Total accident. That's funny.
That is funny. Sorry.
I wish I saw that. Thank you for that embarrassing story. See, that was something we wanted to do today.
Yeah.
Can we do that tomorrow? Embarrassing stories, or Thursday?
Sure, why not?
All right, because on Friday I was told, I was lectured then too, told
I had
that you
to
didn't
go
want to do
and
that.
check out. I had a doctor's appointment.
No. I said on Friday, let's talk about embarrassing stories on Monday, and you were saying no to that. The hammer came down. It's, no, I'm not doing that. I didn't want to talk about my embarrassing stories. That is what happened.
Sorry.
So all right, so tomorrow's Tuesday trivia. Are we doing embarrassing stories and trivia?
Whatever you want.
All right, so maybe we'll do that. Oh, okay. It's almost 12:05. That's why she's all quiet. She's after 12.
That's why. That's
Everybody,
why.
everybody have a great day.
So susceptible.
Don't ask me. I don't know.
Well, just finish what you felt about the movie. You didn't think it was worth anything?
Yeah, well, I don't know, but you said you didn't really want to give too much away. So I feel I can't.
Yeah.
I feel like I can't say much without giving too much away.
I gave like too much, but it is a really good documentary.
Yeah, I was a little. You know what? I'll tell you this.
Makes you put the phone down a little bit.
I'll tell you this. I don't like how our country is fear-based. There is a lot of stuff that goes out. You know, you have to worry about that. Have to worry about this. And I always remember. And I may have talked about this before, but there's this guy I know. He grew up in Canada. He's a Canadian, and I watched a video that he posted once. He posted it because he was at a symposium about guns, and that was held here in New York. And they were taking questions from the audience. This guy was in the audience. And so he gets the mic and he says, I'm Canadian. He goes, I have to ask a question. He goes, what is the fascination with you Americans with guns? He goes,
all countries feel that way about us.
We don't have that in Canada. And then you'll see, and I don't know, to me, and then I want to mention Michael Moore. I forget which.
Very American thing.
I forget which movie of Michael Moore's it was. I don't like to bring up Michael Moore too much because just his name pisses off Republicans, and even me personally. I'm part of the Working Families Party, which is kind of in the middle between Democrats and Republicans, but it does lean a little bit more towards Democrats. But I'll even admit I do feel Michael Moore is he exaggerates a lot and just looks for a headline a lot. So, but there was one of his movies, I forget which one it was, where he talked to a bunch of Canadians, and they were talking about that we're not fear-based. We don't worry about guns. We don't lock our houses up. We don't have this fear-based society. And that was what I walked away from this movie with. This was just another fear-laced movie. Beware, if you don't get off Facebook, you'll get misleading information and it'll lead to war. Facebook has been around for 12 years. It's in its infancy. Who knows what it'll bring 50 years from now? There's plenty of good that comes from it. There's plenty of good that can still come from it. I'm sure if need be, there will be regulations on what can be on it, how it can be used, just like cigarettes, just like alcohol, just like marijuana. I don't know. Maybe I'm naive, I don't know, but I don't worry about stuff like that. And I have faith that we will not go to war based on something you read on Facebook. Andy Placinos, this show goes by so fast when there are 40 minutes of ads. Everybody have a great day. Today is Monday. We got Steve Squared at 6:30. The Wort with Mike, Pete, and Steve. That's a different Steve. So there's 3 Steves on Monday nights. Steve Squared on 2 Steves on Steve Squared, and another Steve on The Wort with Mike, Pete, and Steve. Steve Cubed. That's tonight. The Steve Squared at 6:30. The Wort at is it 8? 8 o'clock. Mm-hmm. Right here on govsradio.com. Please like and share those shows as well. Like and share our show. We thank you for all the support and sticking around with us. Don't forget, this Thursday, I believe it is the opening day for the Best of Long Island voting. Govs Radio has been nominated for Best Radio Station, so please start voting for us. We will talk about
October 1st?
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll talk more about that on Thursday, on October 1st. We'll tell you where you can vote, how you can vote, all that good stuff. Everybody have a good day, and we will see you tomorrow at 11 a.m. Bye, everybody.